Don't make this mistake when it comes to your Social Security COLAs. I cannot tell you how many people do this, and they're wrong. Wrong. Don't be wrong. All right. Don't forget to fondle that like button. Fondle it, tickle, 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 and let me know if you fondled it. Just put in the fondle the like button, and then put in the show notes that you fondled it. No, we just came inside, buddy. All right, so what I want to show you here, we're going to go to the Trustees report. This is the 2024 Social Security Trustees report, and we're going to read directly from this. This is on page 5 of 80. Price inflation. The rate of growth in the CPIW, that's what Social Security uses, CPIW, not CPIU, not CPIE. They use the CPIW, which really only represents 27% of the population, but be that as it may, is what they use. We use the Social Security, CPIW is used to determine the cost of living adjustment for Social Security. Right? The average growth in the CPIW, adjusted for past changes, come here, was 3.62% over the last 6 complete economic cycles from 1969 to 2019. It is 2.2% over the last 3 complete economic cycles from 1990 to 2019. We expect the monetary policy will continue to target relatively low inflationis, but we will not continue to prevent occasional bursts of inflation caused by demand and supply shocks over the long-range period. Overall, accordingly, the ultimate average percentage change in the CPIW is assumed to be 2.4%, which is exactly what I use in software right capital. All right, 2.4%. But inflation is higher. I'm just going off what the SSA does, Social Security Administration. So let's bring up old Diane's sample here, shall we? No, we just came aside. No. You were just laying at my feet. And we're going to show you here what Diane's sample of Social Security is. So first, let me go to profile. We're going to show you what her income is. We're going to show you what her expected Social Security is. She's 62 now. She expects to draw Social Security at 67, her full retirement age. And her statement says it'll be $3,000 a month at her full retirement age. In today's dollars, $3,000 a month, so $36,000 a year. 3 times 12 is 36. Shocking. Do they teach that in the new Obama math? Probably not. All right, so we're going to go over here to retirement, and we're going to click on cash flows. All right, if you'll come up here, hang tight. There we go. There we go. Cash flows, and we're going to hit summary, cash flow summary, and we're going to see that her total Social Security benefit at 2.4% COLA is 1.257 million bones. And if you look at 80 years old, it would be 53,000. At 53,000 at 80, and at 90, it would be 67,000. All right, so we got $1.257 million what she'll get. Let's change that, shall we? Yes, we shall. We're going to say 3%. We're going to just use 3. It's 2.4, whatever. 3%. We're going to say her Social Security would be at 3%. And we're going to hit that. So it was 1.257 million before at 2.4. Now let's see how much it'd be at 3%. Maybe we're just going to use the average inflation of the last 90 years or something like that. All right, 1.257 million. Now it's 1.391 million. And I can't remember what we have for the numbers here. But at 90 years old, her benefit would be 80,000. And at 80 years old, it'd be 60,000. I don't remember. I forgot what it was before. But anyway. So either way, that's 1.39 million versus that's $140,000 less she'll make in Social Security using the SSA assumed trustees, the SSA trustees report at 2.4. So if you're using this number in your Social Security at 2.4 as opposed to 3 or 3.5 for heaven's sake, you're overly optimistic. Don't do that. In fact, we'll see here at a 3% inflation rate in this scenario here. I don't even remember what I have in here, but just use these two numbers. She'll leave $778,000 to her kiddos, current plan. That's all we're looking at, current plan. If we change the assumptions here, all right, we're going to go to settings. Now, y'all can't do this. Only I can do it because I got the magic key. I got the magic key. The 2.4. Was that from Ghostbusters? He had the magic key or something like that, the first Ghostbusters. That was a great movie. So funny. We just watched The Naked Gun with my 2 sons last night. Man, I was laughing my tail off, crying, and they were looking at me like, Dad, it's funny, but it ain't that funny. I said, no, it is totally funny, dude. Leslie Nielsen and as Elvis Presley's wife or something like that. Oh, that was so funny. I forgot what I said. How much did we leave behind? You're going to have to tell me. I can't remember. So in that case, we left, I think it was like 757,000. Now we're leaving, I can't remember what we left behind. 698,000 versus, I can't remember, So 698,000. Let's see what it was. Did I change this right? Hold on a second. I actually save it. All right. So I had it was 778 with a 3% cola. Let me write that down. 778 with a 3% cola. 778. Let me pause. There you go. 698 with a 2.4% cola. All right. So that's basically that's $80,000 difference. Just using the colas. Now, if you're on the brink of success or not so successful, that could be a big difference. Don't make that mistake. Always err on the side of caution when you're running your financial planning numbers, dude. I do. My numbers are quite negative, conservative in the software for sure. I know other people use Right Capital. They got other advisors. I don't know what they use, but I'm just telling you, if you're using Right Capital outside of your old buddy Josh, you might want to say, hey, what are you using for colas, Social Security, healthcare? What are you using for? You can't adjust standard deviation unless you pay for the highfalutin model, which I don't. So I don't have the ability to adjust standard deviation, but I can adjust the return assumptions. So you want to say, what are you using for colas? And not even just Right Capital, any software you're using. What are you using for colas? What are you using for inflation? What are you using for healthcare inflation? What are you using for return assumptions? That's what you would look at. And then taxes too. I still have the Trump tax bill being sunsetted next year because until we get some legislation, I don't assume nothing. Don't assume nothing. Don't make an ass out of you and me. Don't you do that. Don't make an ass out of you and me by not fondling that like button and then posting that you fondled. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts.